What's up, guys? It's D Brown with Track Headz, and today I'd like to welcome you to a story time. I haven't done this in a while, so yeah, let's get along with it. I think the best story time to give y'all today, specifically because it's fall, is my cross country story time of when I ran my PR of 16:01 in the 5K. This was a long time ago. This was with my freshman year of college. Just a little background, I ran cross country. I know the last couple of videos and basically my whole channel was me doing a lot of long sprinter or power or strength type of workouts. But once upon a time, I was definitely a pretty solid cross country runner. And in high school, I was running 17, anywhere from 7. My PR in high school was 17:18, but normally I was averaging around 17:40s, 17:50s, around that area. So long story short, I got recruited to Savannah State. At that time, my freshman year, this was back in like 2000, I want to say 2010, 2011. And I was 17, I was young. And that fall, I came in with a PR of 17:18. And basically, going into Savannah State was a huge jump for me. As you know, in college, they run 8Ks. And once you get to nationals, they run 10Ks. And I was a cross-country runner whose maximum amount to run was like 5K. I was 800, 400, 200. I was an all-around long sprinter. I could contribute in multiple events, but 5K was where I stopped at. For you guys who do long distance, if I were to say the amount of mileage that I did per day, I would say it was maybe 4 miles was like the high that I ran. Any point in time, I never went really over 4 miles. 5 miles was rare. So I would like to say 4 times 5 is 20, so maybe at the most 25 miles per week. So I left a lot of aerobic capacity, aerobic threshold work, aerobic VO2 max, all that stuff. I left a lot on the table during my high school years. So when I went into college and they had me run cross country to prepare for the 8K so I could help to contribute, I wasn't part of the starting 5 or starting 4, but I was definitely a freshman they were looking to see me contribute. So long story short, that first month of training, they upped my mileage crazy. I was out there doing at the least, maybe the first day 3 miles, second day 4 miles. My high for 2 weeks into the training was 8 miles. There was a Walmart that was near Savannah State, and we used to run to the Walmart and back. And this wasn't no like easy pace. This was, if I were to really put a number on it, I would want to say I was averaging anywhere from 7-minute miles to high 6-minute miles, continuously, for those 8 miles, and it sucked. It sucked. But nonetheless, I struggled through it, I'm into working hard, so I went with my upperclassmen, and we put in that work, and at that time I had a lot of back spasm issues, which I'll get into another episode about how I overcame that and stuff. I would have like really bad back spasms because I wasn't built like the traditional distance runner. I was very much a sprinter, but I had the ability to run cross country and stuff like that. So I wasn't that thin 5'10", 120, 130 pound guy. I was that 5'10", 160 pound muscled individual, so it hurt to run. They thought I was a shot putter running cross country for some reason. So like I said, I that particular race, I started out maybe at like an 18. I want to say I started out the season with them with like a low 18s. It was just to shake off some of the rust. I was still training pretty heavy. And then maybe 2 weeks later was when I ran 16:01. So this is how it happened. Okay. The race was at Daytona Beach. So Daytona Beach, I believe, is in Florida, right? It's in Florida, beautiful location, white sand, and it's flat. It's super flat. So that's another thing. It wasn't like the traditional cross country course where there's a bunch of hills, you have to jump over water, you have to deal with all these elements. It was basically run 1.5 miles this way and then run 1.6 miles this way. All right. So you know, it was pretty simple from there. So I remember they popped off the gun, and you know, I'm running with my teammates, and I remember going through the first mile. Usually when I run cross country, I really go through the first mile at 5:10, 5:15. When I'm in good shape, I know that I'm gonna PR or have a really quality race if I can keep it around that 5:15, 5:10 area. It's pretty conservative if I'm around 5:30. So I run and I hit the mile, I want to say at like 5:01, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know, we're cooking, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm not in the front. I'm a freshman. These are seasoned vets that are in front. You know, you have some Kenyans, you have some Americans, you have some people from overseas. Like, it's college. You know what I'm saying? It's a really small meet. HBCUs, FAMU was there. A lot of these small meets, but these guys were cooking. Then you know, it feels pretty smooth though, but you start to see them separate as some other people fatigue. We're going into the second mile, and I want to say I ran like 10:30 or 10:20 something, so I fell off the pace just a little bit. Mind you, there's no difference in terrain, so it's not like, oh, you ran up a big hill. It's that my pace literally slowed down a little bit. So with that being said, I'm conscious, but I'm conscious of my body slowing down, and I know I have 1 mile left. At the same time, I'm having back spasms. My back is doing this tight. It's just tight, and it's causing me to run with the chest out, butt sticking out. Like, it's not a lot of power going to my legs, but I'm still maintaining it. I'm trying to stay up with my teammates. I'm pushing myself mentally, mind over matter, you know, and really trying to push it. So, you know, I'm going into my third mile, and I feel it. Like, they're starting to separate. They're starting to push, and in the distance, like a mirage or something, you start to see the finish line, and I'm kicking, I'm pushing, I'm starting to go to my arms, I'm starting to go to my knees. I feel my back just tighten up even more. I'm trying to hold my breath. I'm trying to do anything I can to get to the finish line, and I managed to maybe catch 1 or 2 people. You know, my teammate who he actually got second overall. He went like, I want to say like 15 in the teens, like 15 or something like that. I wasn't the top freshman. I had a homie, his name is Chris Ballou. What's up, Chris? He actually ran 15, like 50 something, and I came in at 16:01. Right, I was that close to breaking 16. But it was a really quality race. It really showed me that I had the ability to do anything I set my mind to. And yeah, guys, that was how I got down. Or he's so noisy. But yeah, that's how I got down. That's you know, that was the race that I felt like, you know, as long as I stick my mind to something and I train my heart out, then great things can happen. And I happen to have a really quality training session a couple weeks after that I'll tell you about later, really talking about mind over matter, all right? But without further ado, it's D Brown with Track Headz. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. See y'all later. Peace.